Jamie says, why do I always develop anxiety once I enter a relationship? Is this answered in the YouTube videos? Well, actually, I did have a similar question, not about anxiety, but about the fact that one of the friends on the live talk said that when he is set out to go on a date, and then he was, I don't know, a few days ago, and then last time the date canceled because she said she was sick or something, and he said that he was disappointed, and it feels sad, and wanted to know, what can one do? So that's similar to this question in a way. The answer is the same. Maybe the question is not the same, but the answer would be same or similar. And that is because when you are about to get to know someone, and the playing field is set for you guys to get to know yourself further, so you've made initial contacts and you seem to see that there is a possibility to go on, and it becomes a little bit of substance to it than just infatuation. Then you get anxious about it, and that's simply because your brain has already secreted this chemical of dopamine, and naturally has created that, alerting you of something good is happening. And when that something good is happening, which eventually with getting closer to know each other and spending more time and looking at each other's eyes and the promise of intimacy and all that, the oxytocin is secreted also, and then serotonin, and then opioid, and all these create such a high, natural high in you. But before all that happened, which that is another story, when then there's disappointment then, but this whole idea of that you about to get into a relationship, the dopamine is been secreted in your brain, and you have been alerted of something good is happening. It creates that expectation now. Now you want to stay up. Now your brain, which is designed to look for trouble, to safeguard you by looking for trouble, and to alert you if there is a trouble, to find the trouble, and sometimes if there is no trouble, it finds and conjures up trouble just to make you prepare and do its job, because its job is to look for problems. And then, because that is its job, you start worrying about, what if it doesn't happen the way I want it to happen? What if that whole good feeling that I have about this relationship or starting this new thing and this getting together with this person, what if it doesn't go the way I want it to go? What if it doesn't turn out to be as good as I think it is? All these transient thoughts and what ifs is because you want to stay as happy feeling as it was created for you by the alertness of the good thing is happening, the dopamine and all that. You like that stage of happiness. And the fear of losing it is why the anxiety sometimes about relationship happens. Because often you're apprehensive about something that is actually going well. There's nothing wrong with what's going on, but you become apprehensive because you are afraid if that stops being as good as it is. Your transient thoughts start creating trouble for you by because you like it so much, you don't want to lose it, and then your mind looks for trouble, can't find it, makes a trouble, says, oh, what if you lose it? Prepare for that. And then you go through all these emotion and anxiety that you're talking about. Again, remember guys, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, so if you have an anxiety problem, go and talk to your doctor. These are just my opinions and my thoughts about what I think is reasonable for me to think about, and I share with you because you ask. Otherwise, you feel there is any other reason, you can check with your doctor. So I don't want to, I don't want you to consider me that I'm in any medical profession. Yeah, yeah. It seems to be destroying all relationships because you are trying to, you're here in the relationship and you want to be here in order to make sure that from here to here will go well. And that's not reasonable. You should be with the now, and this is the now. Enjoy it. Tomorrow is another now. Tomorrow is another now. And take them as they come, as the now. But you want to have a written contract that this now, the way you like it, will stay for the duration of your life. Then what happens to the concept of everything has a duration? Everything must or will or could end. Not must, but not all the time, but most things have a duration. And they end. Our life has a duration, and we end. So the way we know ourselves, we end. Now, why is it that you expect that you should be concerned about? Why don't we all have anxieties about dying? Because we're going to die anyhow, right? So what if, why should I not have an anxiety about, oh, I'm going to go out, would I still make it to the end of the day? I mean, I should forget about that because that is not in my control. What is not in your control, you should not worry about it because you can only do so much. You're a human being with certain hopes and aspirations, and you do your best to make things happen the way it should happen with positive effects on the society and community and the others and yourself and so on. That's the best you can do. Now, the rest of it is nonsense that is created and helping the mechanism of your brain to keep stressing on the possibility of problems. These possibilities is true in everything. Even if you want to plant a flower, you plant a seed, maybe the seed grows, maybe it doesn't. So are you going to be sitting there and just worry about it? It doesn't help anything. You cannot guarantee the journey from here to here be exactly as you expected. Even the roads that are, the path is clear, you may actually have to deviate because they're doing some road works, and you go from it and come back into it. Not everything always goes as you expected. So that is given. That's part of this life. So you can't worry about when you die. You can't worry about, you can only do your best, take best care of yourself according to the science and things that is available to you, what to eat, nutrition, exercise, this and that, so forth. Okay, fine. But that's it. Same thing with planting a tree or a flower. You can do your best and then let it be, let the nature take its course. And about yourself, well, you have a relationship, you're hoping to have one, you're here. Enjoy the moment of life, be with the moment of life, do your best to make it be cultivated properly and help it to grow, this relationship. And if it did happen tomorrow to be the same, great. If it didn't, don't worry about it from now. And don't worry about it, oh, later on that it's not working. So, oh, what could I have done that it would have changed and made it work? And it would be like this. You wouldn't know. Because whatever you could have known and known that you should do, you would have, and you knew, and you did. So now that you think, oh, I should have done this, no. Then you didn't know you should have done this or not. Now, in the hindsight, afterwards, new information is available to you, and you think, oh, I should have done that. Well, how? You didn't know that. You're not Aristotle. Nobody is. And you're not supposed to know the future. The future is, is not known to anybody. And there is no real future, because when the future comes, it's the now. So you're always in the now. When you say tomorrow, there is no tomorrow waiting for you until you catch up with it. When it's tomorrow, it's the now. So always it's now. It's always now. It's now, it's now, it's now, it's now. It's like a song. Let's make a song out of it. Maybe we'll make more money than we make out of our life talks or the books. Anyhow, so having said that, stop with this worrying and creating these questions for yourself. What if it doesn't work? So what? What happens? The relationship didn't work. So big deal. What happened? Had you found the fountain of youth that you now lost it? It's a girl or, guy or, is Jamie is a boy or a girl? I'm not sure. Anyhow, it's somebody, it's not a deity, it's not a god, it's not a fountain of youth. If it works, great. If it didn't work, well, it didn't. So big deal. Next. You make it as if relationship is a whole entirety of a life. Relationship is a fragment of life. Life is the whole entirety of this experience, not relationship. Relationship is part of life. You're not living and making sense of your living because of a relationship. In the living, there are relationships. And in order for it to have relationships, they come and they end. They don't work out. If it was supposed to work out, then you would have only one experience in relationship before your marriage, because after marriage you're not supposed to have any more, right? So even before that you expected it to last exactly. So that means what? One relationship and that's it. Forget about even marrying. That is a relationship that you're supposed to marry because it worked. You can't. Everything is evolving. Your partner is evolving. You're evolving. So what you expect today may not be what you expect tomorrow. Maybe the level of evolvement and advancement, development in the two of you is changed, is not equal. Through 1 year, one of you moves in a different direction in development of mind or expectation or understanding of life, and the other one in different. So you cannot expect, even if the relationship works the way you want it at the beginning, it will stay that way because everything is changing in this life. Now, if you can bond on a consciousness level and be in tune into compromise and understand that this is what you want to make it work, and it's not about just the number of relationship but about the quality of a relationship, and for that you will do your best to bond on consciousness level, to understand each other's fears, desires, and ego, each other's consciousness, your own consciousness, your own fears and desire and ego, your own thoughts, and how these are all taking place and shape, and what are their roles in the way you see things, you feel about yourself, about each other, about the relationship, and you act and react in negotiating your daily life. Then you got a chance, a decent chance. That would be the way you should approach it. Otherwise, you can't expect it to last or to be exactly the same, because even a relationship works the way you want it at the beginning, it could still change because everything changes. But if you focus on learning about yourself and about each other, then it can work. So I hope that would be some kind of an answer to your question. And I stop now. Oh, we had one love heart thingy sent. I'd forgotten that these sort of things exist in this Facebook. That's what I love about it. You know, there's so many love and emotions come when you're interacting.